So I've seen this in movies and on TV. I've certainly never experienced it in my marriage or life. Like, I'm just tired tonight, or I have a headache, or I broke a nail yesterday, or my back hurts. All of those things. We find ourselves on different wavelengths at times about how often we want to have sex and when's the right time, when it's not, and we need help.
So I think culturally, people think that there's something wrong with their sex life if they're not on the same desire frequency. But reality is, and research shows us that no one is ever actually on the same desire level. And actually, we might flip-flop at one point, which gets really confusing and frustrating. So one thing that can be helpful is to know, one, that you're normal. It's fine, this happens. But to figure out maybe how can we bridge the gap a little bit with the desire. There's some terms with this. So desire discrepancy is what we call that. If when desire isn't the same as my partner's. There are two ways that we tend to look at desire. One is responsive desire and one is spontaneous desire. So responsive desire is I need a little extra to be able to want sex. So desire is the want to have sex. Spontaneous desire is I can show up and I'm good to go. I'm ready to have sex. So if I paint a picture of this might look like the male partner coming home while the wife is doing dishes, if we're thinking about maybe stereotypically.
You said that, I did.
Okay. And him coming up and just grabbing her butt and her being like, nope, please leave me alone, walk away now, I've had enough.
Never experienced that once.
Okay. So that's him coming into the situation feeling like, oh, I'm going to initiate with my partner the way that I would want to be initiated, and feeling rejected, because that's what I hear a lot. The woman might then come and say, hey, let's have a conversation, let's sit down. And homeboy just fell asleep listening to the whole day of who did what in the drama work situation. She feels rejected then. He doesn't care about me. We're missing the mark here then. What I think can be helpful is if you think about love languages, whatever your love language is, I want to be able to love my partner the way that they feel most loved. It's the same with initiation. How do I initiate my partner the way that works for them? So if my partner has responsive desire, how do I initiate sex in a way that's more connecting and bonding that helps him or her then want to experience a sexual situation? And for him, or whoever your partner is, if they experience spontaneous desire, how do I then initiate in that way? Maybe that's just going up and grabbing his crotch, or just like, starting to make out with him. Being able to understand how does my partner like to be initiated is gonna help bridge that desire discrepancy gap.